the Appalachian Mountain Teen Project based in Wolfboro and Laconia. We have been working with an amazing group of partners in the region, organizations and schools that work with youth to advocate on behalf of youth. And what we realized back in February was that a bunch of adults coming together to talk about what young people need doesn't make a lot of sense. What we need is young people to come together to talk about what young people need. And that's what you're here to do today, is to let us know and to figure out for yourselves what you need in your communities to be thriving young people, to be engaged. Let us know and then help us to make those things happen. So that's what you're here for. It's really exciting. We have been shocked at the support that we have gotten from your leaders. And what I mean by leaders is the people in your communities who have the power to make things happen. School board leaders, principals, superintendents, attendants, policymakers, so legislators, folks in the House of Representatives, the state, folks in the Senate. We had Kelly Ayotte, you might have heard of her, Republican representative in the federal government, send a letter of congratulations and support. She really wants to hear what you have to say. And then we have this other person here who wants to lend you her words of advice and wisdom. And I'm going to turn it over to Joanna, who's on the steering committee for the Youth Summit, to introduce that special person. And Joanna is the first VIP I want to introduce. There's a lot of VIPs here today. And she's from Guilford High School. And she's been in the Youth Summit Planning Committee since it started back in February. And she volunteers at the Guilford Library, is the class president for 2016-17, and is a rising junior. So I'd like to welcome Joanna with a big round of applause.
Focuses on bringing people together to build a stronger, more initiative state. Her passion for making New Hampshire the best it can be shows that the communities come together as one. She has worked hard to make New Hampshire that one of the healthiest, safest, most livable places in the nation, and is here to know today to let us know how much she values our ideas and how to make it even better. Please join me in welcoming Governor Maggie Haskin.
Thank you, Johanna, for the introduction. I really appreciate it, and for the Appalachian, and Ray and the Appalachian Mountain Teen Project. Thank you as well for everything you've done to bring this extraordinary group of people together. It is great also to be here with Dover Youth to Youth. Dover Youth to Youth has been a really active advocacy group at the state level. So for those of us who have served in the state legislature, as I did for 6 years, we became very familiar with Dover Youth to Youth advocacy and effectiveness. So it's really great to see you all here today and to know that you are carrying on that excellent tradition. I also want to thank the Teen Institute, all of the adult advocates and chaperones who are here today as well for everything you are doing to help the young people in our state come together and engage as citizens and help us with the work of making New Hampshire an even stronger and better place. Most importantly, I want to thank all of the youth participants who are here today. You know, adults say that you all are our future, and we say it a lot, and it is true. But translating that sentiment into real action and honoring that sentiment is kind of the next step forward. You can't just say it, you have to do something about it. So one of the things that I am really excited about is the potential that you all have to help us understand as we're working together at the state level, at the community level, at the national level too, to make our state and our country stronger and to make your opportunities better. We want to hear from you today about how we can best help prepare you so that all of us have a stronger future together. From my perspective, that means that we need to focus on how we can ensure that the young people in New Hampshire have a well-rounded education, how that we can ensure that they have access to the kind of extracurricular activities that really strengthen you as individuals, but also strengthen your communities. And also want to make sure that we are doing everything we can to make it possible for the young people in the state of New Hampshire to truly engage with each other and with your communities. Because, of course, that's what we do in New Hampshire. The foundation of our state is really about civic engagement, really about civic involvement. And if you can help us learn what's important to all of you, then we can in turn try to make sure that the foundation for that civic engagement on all levels, including for youth, is there. What you're doing today in coming together in this way is really representative of New Hampshire's strong tradition of collective problem solving. I am proud to see our young people coming together to address a number of challenges, and I know they're on your mind, they're on my mind too, but I'm looking forward to get the report out of this day so that we can incorporate some of your ideas. Because I know that you're focused on the issue of substance misuse, as am I. I know that you understand the importance of having healthy and safe communities, as do I. I want to make sure, and I think you do too, that every child in New Hampshire, every young person in New Hampshire has access to a really strong and relevant public education. We want to make sure that as you are going through your education in the K through 12 years, that you also know that there's a higher education system in New Hampshire that is accessible to you. One that will teach skills that are important for the jobs that we need you to be prepared for and that you want to have in the 21st century, but also a higher education system that's affordable for all of our citizens, something I'm working very, very hard to ensure. We know that as you all grow older and as you prepare for your future, New Hampshire needs to have an infrastructure that will help businesses create great jobs and get their goods to market, but also an infrastructure that will allow you to travel, allow you to to go any place in the state for work or for recreation. And we know that we also need to address our energy challenges and also make sure that we are changing some of the ways that we prepare for natural disasters, because as climate change has occurred, we need to find ways to prevent some of the disasters we see and be more resilient in the face of those disasters when they do happen. You are, more than anything today, setting an example for your peers and for adults around the state. The lessons that you learn will serve all of you as well as the adults who you talk with and engage with, and you can pass all of the learning you do and the learning you do moving forward to all of us, and that helps make us all stronger. I have an ask for you today, though, too, because this is a really important start, and I know I'm looking out at some of the most engaged young people in the state of New Hampshire. You wouldn't be here if that wasn't the case. But I would also ask you to think about who's not here. Who of your peers should be here, but maybe they're not? Whose perspectives would you like to have at these tables this morning, but they're not here? Are there people in your schools with intellectual disabilities who might be here? Are there people in your schools with physical disabilities, or maybe with mental health challenges, or maybe with learning challenges that aren't here? Those people are really going to be important for this discussion moving forward if we're really going to build the kind of state we want to have. The secret of the United States and the secret of the Granite State is that we get stronger every time we include more and more people at the decision-making table. That is, in essence, the vision that our founders had. And when they started our country, they didn't include everybody, but they had the confidence by setting out a vision in which every person is equal, every person has equal opportunity in our country and our state. They had the confidence that each generation of Americans would bring more and more people in from the margins into the heart and soul of our communities, into the heart and soul of our decision-making process. Women got the vote. The Voting Rights Act passed so that African Americans could get the vote. We passed laws that said that people with disabilities would be included in our public school system. We did these things which aren't easy to do. They're hard, but we're supposed to do hard things. That's why we're Americans, and that's why we're Granite Staters. But when we did these hard things, we got unbelievably stronger. And that is the secret of the United States and the secret of the Granite State. And that's why your participation is so critically important. So participate today, learn from each other today, engage one-on-one as citizens with each other, with the adults, and then think about how the next time you bring a group of people together to solve a problem, you'll bring even more people in, because that will make the problem solving even better. The more perspectives you have at the table, the better your solutions will be. You all are an unbelievably strong group. I am really looking forward to everything that you are going to do, not only today, but in the future. I hope that you will plan to commit to a future here in New Hampshire, because we need you, and because there are great opportunities here for you. But know that whatever you do, you are engaged in a process that is 239 years old as our democracy. You will help our democracy get stronger and stronger. When you help include everybody, remember that not only will it be good for you, and it will be good for the people you are inviting to the table, it will be good for individual freedom, and it will be terrific for human dignity. But it will also unleash the talent and energy of each and every citizen you bring in. And when we do that, we not only get stronger as a people, our economy takes off, because nobody can compete with that kind of talent and energy, recognized because we are willing to engage with each and every single person among us. So with that, I can't wait to hear about the results of the day. I'm sorry I can't stay for longer, but do know how much I admire your commitment being here this morning, how much I respect what you are doing, and how much I look forward to what you're going to